You're watching CT22 with Eric Parker, sponsored by Hartford Healthcare.
Welcome back. It was 2 weeks ago that Patrick Griffin was named Connecticut's new Chief State's Attorney after serving as New Haven State's Attorney for many years. His appointment comes months after the sudden retirement of former Chief State's Attorney Richard Colangelo. Attorney Griffin will serve the rest of Colangelo's term that ends in June of 2026. Patrick Griffin, thank you so much for being with us. At the hearing where you were chosen, Justice Andrew McDonald, who's the chairman of the commission that chooses a Chief State's Attorney, said that it was a thankless job. And I think anyone who has covered the courts, covered prosecutors, covered criminal justice in Connecticut would agree it's a thankless job. So why is it a job you wanted?
Well, it may be a thankless job, but I think it's a job that has its own rewards. I graduated from law school with one ambition, which was to be a prosecutor. For 27 years, I've served in various capacities. I've never regretted a single day. And so I'm proud to be chosen to lead the division at a challenging time.
You say challenging time. Attorney Colangelo, your predecessor, left a sudden retirement as an investigation was looming into some hiring actions at the department. How do you move forward from that? I'm sure one of the things that has to be an early focus for you is just getting past that. Sure.
Well, I think morale of the division has been impacted, not just by the former Chief State's Attorney's sudden retirement, but like all state agencies, we're looking at a very significant reduction in our workforce due to retirements, close to 30%. And when you lose those types of numbers, you're losing hundreds of years of institutional knowledge, and it puts tremendous pressure on the rank and file that remains. So, moving forward, one of the things that we want to do is address the personnel, getting people in place as soon as we can, getting people trained up. In terms of overall morale in the division, sure, it has been impacted, but I think the better question is, what is the health of the division? And I'm happy to report that I think the health of the division is strong. The human capital, if you will, is excellent. Generally speaking, people don't become prosecutors because they expect to become rich. It's a public service, and I'm intensely proud of the division. So I'm very optimistic moving forward.
And I don't want to get into any of this stuff with your predecessor, but whatever the investigation may have been, what they were looking at was him trying to figure out a way to get more money for people. So maybe a bad tactic, but an admirable goal. Is that something you need to work on? Because while it may not be a prosecutor's goal to get rich, you have to offer competitive salaries to get the best people in the jobs.
Sure. So, I think we all know that the underlying issue involved the hiring of an individual and the allegations that was tied to the compression issue. The compression issue is not unique to the Division of Criminal Justice. I think it's something that is in place in many state agencies. And so that's something that I believe that the proper agencies within the state will be looking at. It's not my top priority at the moment.
You talked about the brain drain, about a lot of retirements, and we're seeing that, again, another issue across state government. It's not a Division of Criminal Justice issue, but how do you deal with that as the boss? Because you do lose institutional knowledge. And I'm not sure our viewers understand, but there are prosecutors who really are the experts, say, in arson cases or in, car accident cases. There's people who have this incredible knowledge in one area. Right. You lose them, it's a big hit.
Yeah, I like to refer to the Division of Criminal Justice as the best criminal firm in the state. And what I mean by that is that we do have subject matter experts all over the state. And we can use that, say we have an issue in New Haven or we have an issue in Hartford, we can plug the gaps. Certainly losing the number of people that we've lost poses a challenge. One of the primary challenges is the number of senior state's attorneys. So right now there's 4 open positions for state's attorneys. But we knew that this was coming, and when I say we, the division, just like all state agencies, knew 2022 was approaching. I think the state's attorneys in general were good about developing the next level of leadership within the division. I'm optimistic, with the challenges, I think are come, pretty significant opportunities to bring in new energy, new enthusiasm, new ideas. So, like all state agencies, we're going to deal with it.
I know you have some initiatives that you're moving justice forward as one of them. Tell me about some of the things as you do try to get past this issue, this scandal and these retirements. What do you do to move the division forward?
Well, the work continues every single day. The people of the state of Connecticut expect us to prioritize public safety. Every single day, the prosecutors in the state go into court, represent the people of the state of Connecticut on some profoundly serious cases. The Moving Forward Justice Initiative is a program that we are working along with the Singer Foundation and the Center for Court Intervention. It's a program that's going to pilot in a couple of locations: Hartford, New Britain, Danbury, and New London. And it's going to give us a deep look, if you will, under the hood of how, the court actually operates, the prosecutors operate on a day-to-day basis. At the end of about a year period, we're going to get a blueprint for moving forward to see what policies we might need to put in place, what practices we might need to tighten up on. So it's really a great opportunity for the division to get a deep look and to do a deep dive into what we do every day.
One of the things that's been a lot of talk is to have more diversity among the ranks and to have the state's attorneys and all up and down the staff levels look like the communities they serve. What can you do as the boss to make that happen?
Well, I think it's a historic opportunity to address some issues related to hiring. I think as the Chief State's Attorney, primarily it's my job to ensure that the division is welcoming to people of color and other minorities. And so I take this opportunity to say that, the Division of Criminal Justice is open. We look to partner with individuals in the community. We are eager to diversify our ranks, and this is a historic opportunity given the number of potential new hires.
We only have about 30 seconds left. Thankfully, most of our viewers see stuff about your division on TV, don't have a lot of personal interaction with it. But what do you want them to know about the men and the women who work for you and work with you? In 30 seconds, just tell us what's important to you about it.
The Division of Criminal Justice has been my life. I'm fiercely proud of it. I'm fiercely proud of the men and women who compose the rank and file. What I'd like the people of the state of Connecticut to know is that every single day, prosecutors are going into court with one goal, and that is to achieve justice. That doesn't always mean that a person is going to be convicted or incarcerated. Justice is dependent on the individual case. We handle everything from speeding cases to murder cases and everything in between. I'd like them to know that the people in the division are people of goodwill, that they're willing to stand up when a mistake has been made and own that mistake, and they're prioritizing public safety.
All right. Patrick Griffin, the new Chief State's Attorney, thank you very much for being with us. We hope we'll have you back here again.
Thank you so much.
And